Well, first of all, thank you, Mark and Coach Cofield, for having us on. For Online have following football in the city for quite a while, and you guys are doing an awesome job. So, well, the 2021 football team this for Jefferson is going to be exciting. Last year was our first year here. We're running a new offense, a new defense, and guys had to get used to that. So now, after returning about 90% of our starters from last year, these guys have a year under developed experience. So we're looking to win more than no games from last year. We're gonna try to win them all, but certainly our spring practice, our summer workouts have been tremendous. We got a new weight room. I mean, in my opinion, one of the better ones in the state is huge. And so just kind people been donating and giving us stuff to help our weight program. So going into the season, we're running very much similar offense. We're conservative with the ball, and defensively, we're gonna fly to. We're gonna be very very aggressive. You know, either gonna feast or famine. Our team asset is speed, so we're gonna utilize that to our advantage. Not necessarily saying no one else is fast, but I do know that we're right up there with everyone. Now, our schedule is a little tougher. Like everybody in our class are ranked. Well, yeah, absolutely. Getting back to football was always a good thing for us. It brought some normalcy in terms of what we've been doing that time of year. Yeah, COVID did hurt every high school. No one, to my knowledge, played a full season. And a team like ours that didn't have a spring practice needed as many games as we could to get better. But the blessing of it all is that we came together closer as a team. Uh, this off season has been great. The spring we had a spring game, and you guys got a chance to see what they really were. But now that we get into the season with an awesome off season workout, we're looking for great things. I brought on some new coaches to help with special teams and strength and conditioning. So we're a full-fledged team in terms of players and coaches.
Hey guys, it's Ryan Kelly from WCTV. This question's for Coach. You didn't mince words. Obviously, you guys are looking for a really good sophomore season with you at the helm. Where do you hope that the squad grows the most this season, Coach?
Uh, there are a lot of room for improvement based from last year's results. But we're returning the offensive line, which is great. Most teams that return most of the down linemen, whether it be offense or defense, or what we call trench players, those are teams that are pretty successful because once you get experienced guys that know what to do, get them stronger, and just come there with that football, that tiger mentality, we're expecting good and great things. But I'm excited. I'm excited. The guys are excited. We had a great off season, and we're looking forward to August 27th.
Yeah, Coach, this is Allison Posey from WTXL. You mentioned the support. I mean, everybody knows the history of Jefferson County over the last 15 years, really, kind of the seeking of consistency. Such a historical program, though, but just to have the support, I mean, how much does that mean to you, and how much does that factor in to getting this program back on the right track?
Oh, Allison, that's a great question. Having the support of the community is essential. Having the support of the administration is essential. You can't do this without the parents, the school, the student body, the community. And so that's huge. Just going back to years when they were winning the state championship, the city was shut down on Friday night for the game, around 4 o'clock. All the stores were shut down. So we want to bring that prominence back here to Jefferson. These young men, I share with them all the time, are the good teams that have played, are the great players that was on those teams. So give them a little history so that they can see, okay, it happened once before, we're going to bring it back.
And I guess just another thing from me, you talked about the seeking of normalcy. Things are a little bit more normal this year. I wish we could see you guys in person. I mean, we're still virtual, but just how nice has it been to have the summer, to have the spring, and just how much has that made you guys grow even more this year compared to last year? Because you were kind of in a tough spot, first year head coach, and you lost everything.
Well, and you're right, Allison. We didn't have spring practice, so we can teach what we're doing. So everything was mostly theory during the summer. And, we had to open up our season last year against the three defending state champion 3 years in a row, Madison. And certainly that was not the start I would like to begin the season with. But this year, with a year on our belt, hard work, and just guys just excited about what we're doing. Again, there was very little push or prodding for guys to work out, which is a key to you guys, to the team becoming one good unit. So the fact that we can sit here and have this interview and no mask is an improvement.
Hey, Coach, how's it going? Andrew Jupe from Varsity Sports Tallahassee. If you would, can you just go through, introduce your guys and what you're excited to have them bring to the table, or what you're excited to see out them from this upcoming season?
Well, hi, thank you. I'll start from my left, going to the right. They will introduce themselves and the position they play on both sides of the ball.
My name is Maureen. I play running back and linebacker.
My name is Haven Francis. I play quarterback and free safety.
My name is Corbin Jackson. I play center and linebacker.
My name is Travis Key, and I play wide receiver and cornerback.
Yeah, these young men all represent the various positions on offense and defense. Again, King is my running back. Our goal is for our running back and fullback to rush over 1,000 yards, and we're really expecting that out of this young man. And on defense, well, he's gonna play a little bit on defense. We have a really potent running game. It's no secret. We run the ball probably 85% of the time. So he has to be fresh. He has to be able to go. And Haven is our quarterback. He's back up last year in the spring practice. He won the starting position. He's also our tight end and safety, and he can play outside linebacker at times. But being the starting quarterback, we're not going to let him be on that other side of the ball that much. Corbin is our workhorse. He plays center, guard. He can play a little fullback. He plays down line too. I think he can run the ball well, but he's still shaky about it. But you got to trust your coach. I've been around a long time. But all these young men represent the type of football we like at this school. They don't miss workouts. They work hard. They want to learn. They want to get better. And so that type of attitude and leadership qualities. And now the other players are buying into it. So once we get 100% buy-in, which we're very close to that now, I expect we're going to do pretty good this year.
Very cool, very cool. Just as a follow-up, any of the guys just tossing into it, what's got you excited here for the upcoming season?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just asking any of the players, what are some things that's got you excited for the 2021 season coming up?
By all of the people that are coming in and supporting us, and how all of our teammates are coming to work out, and we all are forming a brotherhood, and we can all trust each other.
Very good. That's all I got, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, if anybody else has any questions for the Jefferson County Tigers, feel free to jump in at this time. Okay. Well, Coach Reynolds, thank you. We appreciate it. Always great talking to you, and good luck to you all and your student athletes this fall. And we look forward to checking you guys out once the season kicks off.
All right. Thank you guys very much, and go Tigers.
All right, we're going to take a short 2-minute break. Let everybody get situated before we bring our next team on. It's going to be Taylor County. And so, again, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, the Zoom chat, and we'll try to keep this thing rolling in about 2 minutes.
Hudson, middle linebacker. To his right, we have Kevis Thomas, QB1.
Okay. Coach, I'm gonna go ahead and start first. It's just kind of the same question for you guys that we had for some of the other teams. Just getting back into the swing of things after COVID. I'm pretty sure it was exciting for you all just to be able to have some normalcy back. What's been the high point of the offseason for you guys so far?
Getting our guys together and keeping everybody in jail, really. With a lot of vacationing going on in the off season, it's kind of hard to keep the kids around, keep them up, keep it motivated when you don't know with COVID taking us out last year. Everybody's so itchy with, we gonna get to do this or we gonna get to go do that. And to be honest with you, man, 7-on-7 saved us a lot. That's why we do it, to be challenged. You don't want it easy, because when you get there at the end of November, it gets tough. It's very tough.
Hey guys, Andrew Jupe from VSN Tallahassee. I guess I'll start with Kevis and then Coach, if you want to jump in, I'd love to hear your thoughts too. Kevis, I believe your third year, kind of running things under center, if I'm not mistaken. What's got you looking forward to this season, and are you feeling more confident about this offensive squad?
Yes, I'm feeling good about it. I mean, we got some of my boys that I've been playing with since my freshman season. We all coming back being juniors. I mean, a lot of experience. And I got JW here that's going to help us, a good blocker. And, yeah, same thing.
And I guess on the back of that, Coach, what does that do for you, having an experienced quarterback under center, allow you to do some more things? Or what are your thoughts about Kevis, and explain what he brings to the table and how he can really impact this Bulldogs club?
Kevis is very electrifying at quarterback, but he's more exciting as an athlete. You just let him go out there. He's a student of the game. Whatever he sees it, he's going to relay it to you, and you trust him. He's an athlete.
Very cool. And I guess last one, JW, just want to get you involved, man. What are you most looking forward to this season, and what can we expect from you and the boys?
Well, it's been the same. All us boys have played together since middle school, and we went undefeated in middle school, and we all been working together. And now it's coming to my last year and his junior year, and I feel like all of us together, that it's always been that squad that we can just go all the way.
Very cool. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man.
Okay. If we have any other questions for the Taylor County Bulldogs, now would be the time to go ahead and jump in. Okay. Coach Ellis, thank you for joining us here on Media Day in 2021. We just want to go ahead and wish you guys the best in your upcoming season, and we look forward to seeing you guys out there later on in the year.
Hey, man, appreciate you for having us, man. Thank you. Means a lot.
Yep. Okay, we're going to take another 2-minute break. Just want to inform the members of the press that Port St. Joe's head coach is ill and will not be on today. Also got word from Madison County head coach Mike Coe that he's also having some sickness going on with his team, and they also will not be joining today. But up next, we'll be moving down the line. We've got NFC Coach Brent Hill. They'll be joining us next. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we'll have them on shortly.
How's it go? I can see you. You're all far away.
We open it up, media and the press to ask you guys some questions.
Of how hard they've worked. And I mean that. They're a lot of fun to be around, but more importantly, the work ethic has been outstanding. Good attitudes. They've done everything we've asked, and we've been pushing it. So as you can imagine, we're putting in a brand new offense, and we have really kicked it up in the weight room, and we're conditioning these guys pretty tough, and they're getting used to it. So I've been very pleased with that. One highlight I would tell you, our season opener this year, we're traveling to Charleston, South Carolina to play First Baptist. They were undefeated last year. So, being new to the program, starting off right off the bat with a tough game in Charleston, South Carolina, we're excited for it. Other than that, I'm going to open it up and let these guys introduce themselves, and then y'all are free to ask me any questions.
My name is Josh Hughes, and I'm a tight end and defensive end in the class of 2024.
Traylon Ray, class of 2023, wide receiver and UB.
I'm JP Pickles. I'm class of 2024. I play quarterback and inside linebacker.
Devon Jackson, class of 2023, running back and cornerback.
Okay. You guys got any questions in particular?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start first. Coach, thank you for joining us here for our media day. Coach, just coming in at the time frame that you did, we talked to you. I believe you were still unpacking boxes when we first when we first spoke to you in the spring. How has the summer been so far, and what have been some high points since you've now that you're here and you're settled in Tallahassee?
Well, I officially move Thursday, so
you're still in the process.
I have been. We have continued to work every week except the 4th of July week, and we've been going 4 days a week, and we hit the weight rooms. I have to admit, we get after it pretty hard, and then we go out and do a little bit of practice, and then we condition. And then we've had quite a few 7-on-7 days, and I've been very pleased. The first 7-on-7 day, we did really was at the FSU camp, and to be honest with you, we were a little raw. We didn't know everything. We knew some basic stuff from spring, but as we kept going each week, we got a lot better. We improved. So we have a young team, but I know that's the thing everybody talks about, but I will tell you they have adjusted well, and I have a lot of confidence in them. They're doing a really good job.
I have a question if I could jump in here. Jack Williams from the Tallahassee Democrat. This is questions for JP Pickles. Braden Phillips played a lot of time at the starting position last year in quarterback. You're stepping into that position this year. In the conditioning and training camps, how are you feeling getting adjusted to being the man in the backfield?
I'm excited. I really like Coach Hill's new offense. We pass the ball a lot, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Follow up here, I guess, with working with the younger team, how has there been any, bumps in the road? Or you guys feel like you're progressing pretty good, and working with just a generally younger team in general?
We're progressing really good. We've gotten a lot better spring and summer, and I'm really looking forward to the season.
We are young, but I do want to stress that we have some guys that have been playing. They had to play earlier. So although we are young, we do have experience. And honestly, I've been very, very pleased with how they've adapted to the change. They've done a great job with that.
For the boys, you got a lot of offensive weapons there. Like JP said, excited for your new offensive system. What are some things we can expect here from NFC coming up?
Well, we are a no huddle team, and the offense is based on honest to goodness. We're going to take what you give us. We'll mix it up. We'll run it. We'll throw it. But there's different variations. Our run game is obviously within the box, but we also have a screen game, and so we'll do some things to stretch it horizontally, and then of course we take some shots vertically. But the biggest thing I'd say is probably getting used to our pace and our tempo.
Well, I like the new offense. I like that we throw the ball a lot more. In past years, we were more of a run team, like a lot of teams in Tallahassee and in this area. But now we're throwing the ball more and just spreading the offense. We're going to pick the defense apart a little bit.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Kelly from WCTV. I had a question for Coach. Coach, what's been the biggest adjustment for you? Obviously, I know you said you're not completely moved in yet, but what's been the biggest change for you moving down here to Tallahassee?
That's an interesting question. I think it's normal. The first thing you want to do is get to know the players, and that's hard when you're, basically when I got hired, I had a short amount of time to get to know them. You briefly see them, and then all of a sudden you have spring practice. And I'll tell you, from spring practice to where we are now, I think that's probably been the biggest thing. You start to see not only the relationships, but you also start to see those that you can depend on. And you can see leadership is not just about saying things, it's living it. And then the one thing that I've been really stressing and watching is we're starting to learn how to build others up, which is a huge part. But I guess it's interesting when you cross the state line, you see some different football and you see some different things. Some things are the same. And honestly, the one thing I guess I'll know more once we get in the season. We've seen some stuff in 7-on-7 which looks similar to other places, but I have a feeling once we get in the regular season, we'll see different defenses and things.
Okay. If we don't have any more questions for the NFC Eagles, we definitely want to thank Coach Hill, Coach Brent Hill, and his guys for joining us today. Coach, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys joining us, and we're looking forward to watching you guys later on in the season.
Thanks for having us, and as always, go Eagles.
All right, best of luck to you guys later on in the year. We're going to pause and take a 2-minute break. We've got Rickards that should be joining us next, and Coach Quentin Lewis. So we'll take a 2-minute break, and then we'll bring them in. We're just trying to keep on schedule. So we'll go ahead and get him acclimated and logged into the Zoom call, and then we'll bring them on in a couple of minutes. are now joined with the head coach of the Rickards Raiders, Coach Quentin Lewis. Coach, thank you for joining us here, as always, for Media Day. Great way to kick off the season, especially for an historic one that you guys have from last season. Coach, go ahead and introduce yourself, introduce your student athletes, and go ahead and talk about your program and anything exciting going on over there at RHS.
First of all, I'd like to thank Fourth Quarter Online for having this. It's always been an amazing event since day one, since I first arrived in Tallahassee. Thank y'all for keeping it going, trying to get these young men exposed and having a good platform to do it on. The guy I have here is Lionel Whitaker, Maryland commit for us right now. One of our lockdown corners that we have, and he's gonna talk a little bit about everything that's going on. Last year was a great season, man. We finished second in the state of Florida in 5A. Which I think is probably the toughest classification in 5A, one of the toughest in the country. We ended up playing American Heritage, a very good football team, and a lot of to build on. Offensively, we have 8 returning starters from our offensive team last year. So we're looking this year to do some very, very good things offensively. Be a little bit more explosive and put some more points on the board. Defensively, we're returning 4 starters, but 13 guys that play a lot of playing time due to injuries on the defense side of the ball. So we feel in this season we're going to be really going into the season very, very high with some high expectations about what we can get done. We truly believe that we should be able to get back to where we were last year and hopefully this time win it. But in a new classification, we went up 6A out of 5. We got a big crosstown rival in Lincoln that's been very, very good and had to build on a lot of confidence with their new coach, and it's going to be a good season coming up. We got a bunch of key players coming back that I think is going to be the strength of our offense. One by the name of Rico Watkins. I don't think anybody can really cover that guy. He's very fast and very explosive. Marvin Ward up front plays good for us up front, and going to lead us on the offensive line, which we are returning 4 guys off that state championship team type of deal. And defensively, we got Akari Davis and Tim Miller and Ivan Donaldson that played so much last year. They were almost like starters. And so this season going to be pretty good. A very tough schedule. We started the season off with Trinity Christian, which I think is they are the 3A state champions. We get to see a good measuring stick about where we at going into the season and leading to the first regular season game. And so we get to see early about what we have. And so we're looking forward to having a great season this year.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and open it up to members of the press who'd like to ask the Raiders any questions.
Jack Williams from the Tallahassee Democrat. You mentioned that you guys are opening up the season with Trinity Christian here. I think a lot of teams here in the area in the Big Bend are playing Trinity Christian this year. Do you feel like that's going to be a game that might act as a measuring stick for other opponents that you guys have in the Big Bend?
Of course. They're deemed the Jacksonville All-Stars for a reason. So we're able to get a good measure for ourselves, for one, to see where we at, but just to see if they can, how we compare to what they're going to be able to see on film, what we are able to do. And we lucky enough to get them at the beginning of the season, which is kind of difficult for them because they got a bunch of new players in, have to get acclimated to their scheme and their system. But it's going to be a measure for everyone. Everyone around here trying to play these guys because they're very, very talented. There's always the better players in Jacksonville on that football team, and we get a chance to measure where we are at North Florida-wise and leading to the playoffs and things like that.
And having that class step up, into 6A and coming off of a season where you guys did have a heavy senior class, are you guys working with some adjustments and playing in a bigger class?
I don't think so. I think we always had what we thought was 6A size roster. Okay. We returning so many guys offensively. We think we can have our offense leaders while our defense grows. We believe that we can score almost at will and be able to get it done offensively for us this season. So the step up is a new challenge because we're not playing the same opponent. I think in the last 9 years, We was in district with Godby and Wakulla, 3 good football teams that kind of beat up on each other. This time we get to really compete with some guys that's not really a normal opponent. And so we should have a great season and be a very interesting season coming up.
Hey, Coach, it's Ryan Kelly from WCTV. You know, you mentioned it. You feel like this is a team that can be right back in the thick of things this year. Just how hungry have you seen the guys throughout this offseason committed to hopefully winning that last game this year?
I believe with me, they can't be hungry enough. I try to find everything to kind of nitpick about. Right now, we focus on detail and discipline. At the end of the day, that's all football is about, being detailed, being very disciplined. At the team that I coach, discipline is probably the key. And so they've been very excited. We talked about we have the X on our back right now. Everybody get to see we're going to be everybody's Super Bowl Sunday, so to speak, around this area to make sure they can measure up to what we put forth last season. And so the challenge is great, and I think these guys are stepping up to the plate, and coaches as well. I challenge them to be better, not being full off of yesterday's meal, and to keep working to get better and better. And so most of these guys, most of the coaches have all stepped up to the plate. Even the administration have kind of stepped up with their support so we can have a chance to maybe return and win it this year.
How's it going, guys? Andrew Jupe from VSN Tallahassee. Lionel, I guess I'll start with you, and then Coach, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Obviously, one of the upperclassmen, you know, with Trevon, Cameron, Malik, Terrence, Jeremiah, all those guys taking off. Do you feel like you've jumped into a more leadership role coming into this season, and what has it been like for you, kind of jump-starting things?
Yes, sir. I feel like it's a bigger role for me because I got to make sure all the underclassmen is on the track. I got to make sure they play to their best ability so we can win games. And I feel like it's a bigger role on me.
To be honest with you, I think he's done a great job. Every day he's out there being the leader. He's pushing guys. He's striving for excellence in his own mind, his own set of skills, and pushing everybody to be better. But I think my whole senior class done a great job. Mike Townsend, the quarterback, led the offense tremendously as we expand more to be more explosive offensively, because we thought that was our limitation last year. Them guys have really, with Lionel and Mike Townsend, has really been a great leadership example for all our young guys. So I think it's been a great deal. I think they understood by last year's seniors how to lead, and so that's what's been, I think, the best thing about it.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, guys, tell me a little bit about, I heard it's being called the Dead Sea. You guys excited for it? And are we going to see Rickard's home games there, or are you guys going to go over to Cox this year?
Yeah, it's called the Dead Sea. We kind of named that. I think it's all opponents that come in want to leave with a loss on it. I mean, nobody comes out I see and alive with a victory type of deal. So we're very proud of it. It's nice and blue today, and nice and blue for years to come, and I think it's pretty good. And it's exciting. We got Trinity Christian start the season off right there on the field. We got homecoming against Fort Walton there. We have what we deem the Soul Bowl versus Gaston County right on at Riverside Field. It gives you a better environment, closer fans, better place for the bands to really get down at. And we want to have a family-friendly, imposing environment, and I think that's what it gives us, man. A real high school home field advantage.
Very cool, very cool. And last one, Coach, I know kind of more schematically, I know coaching staff was really limited due to COVID last year, and you guys really had to go bare bones and all that kind of stuff. Are you guys able to expand that a little more this year and just kind of talk about kind of more logistically how the program is looking this season?
I think the county has loosened up their restrictions on who you can have. I think it hurt us more with our JV program because all my guys were volunteers and mentors JV wise.
Just wanted to follow up. You mentioned it. As great as it was to have a season last year, even if the schedule looked a little different, how happy are you to play outside the county again, to play those out of city games, kind of test your
breakout year? Looking at the offseason, what do you feel like some of the goals were for you and some of your fellow teammates, just really trying to build upon what really is now turning into a very strong legacy at Rickards?
I feel like we're gonna have another season like that because the work we're doing right now is like basically the same work we doing last year, and everybody really taking leadership.
So influenced by what happened last season.
True. That's true. Again, our biggest motto is we cannot be full off of yesterday's meal. Each day is a new day, and we're going to attack that new day so we can get better every day. So we kind of washed it up. We still understand that we came up short. The accomplishment wasn't just to get the state championship game, but to win it. Now, we're proud of what we've done, but we still have a bitter taste in our mouth. And so that's kind of what's driving these young men. Let's show everybody that it wasn't a pandemic flu because of, everybody was going through the same thing. And that's what's been said is, we got lucky because it was a pandemic. We're always one of the most athletic teams there. Just playing with the discipline, taking care of the ball, and staying healthy was the key for us last year. So we can get that done again this year. We have a good chance.
All right, if there are no further questions for the Raiders, we definitely want to thank Coach Lewis. Coach, hopefully there'll be no more fire drills today, but especially with the new turf. Later on in the season, we look forward to seeing you guys later on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Coach Thomas.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. You guys ready to go ahead and get started?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and bring our next team into the panel, kind of keep it going. We've got Coach Bill Thomas and the Sneeds Pirates coming off of a great 2020 campaign as well. Coach, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself and your student athletes, and let you guys take it away.
Yes, sir. This is Devin Barnes, returning offensive lineman from last year as a center. And I got our two linebackers from last year, Jack and Brian and Taylor Brown, with us today. And returning off our Final Four team from last year.
All right, Coach. I'm just gonna say I had a chance to watch you guys. Man, just very entertaining down the stretch in the playoffs. You guys were just absolutely a force to be reckoned with in the trenches, especially going through the playoffs and at the tail end of the season. I know out there for a level, COVID just kind of seemed to hit a little bit harder, but you guys were able to kind of still put together a fantastic season. Talk to me about that great run and what you guys are bringing back this year.
And I guess it even goes further, getting a little bit better. And last year was special. It was even more special with COVID because we knew that we were a notch better last summer. Last summer, we were so excited. And then we almost lost the season. We thought we were going to get to play the year we're really looking forward to. And I think that made it even more, made it more special that we actually got to do it, and we got to do everything we said we could do. And it was a special year. We were 9-3, and we lose 2 games by 1 point, and we're 9-3. The one of those 1-point losses to the eventual state champions. We actually 2 of the losses that we had were against them. One was in the Final Four, but we played good football. Injuries caught us a little bit during the season, but we managed to work through it. COVID caught us a couple times. We lost a kid or 2 for games, but we had some depth last year. We were able to overcome all the adversity.
Okay, we're going to open it up to the press. Anybody like to pose Coach Thomas and the Sneeze Pirates some questions?
Hey, Coach Thomas, it's Ryan Kelly with WCTV over in Tallahassee. I know you obviously have some key components to last year's squad with you. Just where are you guys hoping you can improve the most from what was an exceptional year last year to this year? What are you most looking forward to building on?
You know, I don't know if it's building as much as it's just continuing. You know, we've built our guys kind of felt like in every game we felt like we should win. We've kind of gotten that mindset over the last 3 years that we feel like we're going to win every Friday night. We expect to win, and it's very disappointing if we don't. And I want to make sure that we build on that to hold that up to where we still keep that high expectation. As us, last year I thought our passing game improved throughout the season and picked up some in the playoffs. That was one thing we were trying to improve on during the season. You know, take some pressure. We're so good at the run game there. Our line of scrimmage was so hard to compete with that it's hard to work on something that it's almost that we didn't need it at times, you know. But I think this summer we've really focused on that part, and we focused a good bit on our pass defense just against each other this summer. We worked a little bit of that and putting in blitz packages this summer and in the spring. And that was some of the things we're looking to on the field, but we want to keep the same mindset and keep that going.
Coach, I want to talk to you guys for a little bit. Just for you guys coming back off of that really great run from last season. What's your off season been like? What have you guys been working on? And just talk to me about just some of the younger guys that are now filling in some of those shoes from last year.
I mean, I feel like we got some guys that moved up from JV last year, taking on some pretty big roles in the O-line. We got a brand new center to varsity. He got a few reps last year, and he's got a little good grit to him. I'm expecting just as good of a season out of us this year as we had last year. Our defense, I don't think many teams are going to be able to score on us easily at all. Same with the offense. I mean, we got very good backs rotating in and out of there. I just think we're going to have an all-around a really good year.
Okay. I know that anytime I had a chance to watch, especially out there at the 1A level, just you guys, every week it was like kind of just a battle between you guys, Bluntstown, you guys, Port St. Joe, you guys, and Baker, and really just kind of with the running game that you guys had last year, it was definitely entertaining and fun to watch. What do you think about the passing game this year? You guys going to be tossing the ball around a little bit more this season?
Well, we'll do a lot of like play action stuff probably, but if I got to throw it deep, I'll throw it deep, or Jason. You know, if we got to throw it, change some stuff up, get some stuff moving around, run some routes. You know, we'll do it. Anything that'll work, get us some points on the board, all that.
Okay, last one. My coach told me don't trust a lineman with glasses. So I definitely got to ask you a couple of questions. Just really just more so about, you know, not revamping, but just keeping what you guys were able to accomplish on the ground last year. You guys had a guy that, and Coach, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he went over. Was it close to 3,000? Was it close to 3,000 for a career or 4,000?
I want to say that he rushed close to 5 in his career.
Yeah.
And he scored 50-something touchdowns. I remember they made a big thing when he broke his 50th. But we've got a young kid he's a little bigger, a little faster. You know, Calvin was special, but, you know, he was just a great player. And Calvin's going to probably be a great player at the next level. But we've got a young guy that kind of took on a big role last year. He was just a freshman, played some quarterback, played some halfback. He's going to do some of the both for us this year. And he's actually, you know, he's got some D1 offers already on him, and he's going to be special. He's got good size. He's a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. He works hard, and that's the beauty of it. We have a lot of faith in him. Like these 3 guys right here are 3 of the strongest kids you're going to see in high school football, you know.
Mm-hmm.
in the weight room, they put in the work. Well, Jason's the same way. He's bought into that. He puts in the work, and when you in 1A football, and you got a 6 foot, 210-pound halfback that's the fastest kid on the field. You feel pretty good about your run game.
Well, Coach, thank you so much, and thank you guys for joining us here on Media Day. As always, it's been a pleasure, and we're going to try and keep things moving here. Coach, best of luck to you sitting by your sides, and go ahead and talk about this year's team.
Yeah, so we got Andrew Brown, veteran middle linebacker, just has done a tremendous job for us on the defensive side of the ball, played some fullback last year in some key games, and made some big plays for us. We have Austin Smith, defensive end. Again, another returning starter, been with the program 4 years. And, just 2 great examples of what we want as Spartan Bulldogs in the classroom, multi-sport kids, make plays on the field, leaders in the community, and looking for big things out of these guys. They've had a tremendous offseason, just deeply committed to what we're doing. And so it's good to have guys like these that are leading the calls and holding other guys accountable. And so as long as we have that in place, we're going to do some big things this year. As far as just where we're at now, had a good spring, finished off with a good spring game against Oak Leaf, and it's carried over into the summer. And so now just the best time of the year, football practice starting next Monday. And, it's good to be back in the swing of things. Don't really know what's is lying ahead as far as with COVID and all the issues. Seems like it's popping up again, but we'll take it one day at a time, and hopefully we can push through how we did last year. Last year we were able to play a full schedule, played all of our games, and looking forward to that again this year. But very excited about this season and what we're returning with our veteran players.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and open it up to the press. Anybody want to pose any questions to the Swanee Bulldogs and head coach Kyler Hall? Well, I'm going to go ahead and jump in first. Coach, great season last season. Got a chance to really get to know.
So they're going to play a lot of plays. So it's important that they're in top condition, that they're physically as strong as they can be and as they need to be. So I've been pleased with just the development of our returning skill guys. We're probably as deep at the skill position, especially wide receiver, than we have been in a long time. We are breaking in 2 new quarterbacks. Last year, as good as Jaquez was, we didn't really have much behind him at that position. So fortunately, he was able to stay healthy, was very productive. But this year we have 2 kids, Cody Lane, Bronson Tillotson, that have been battling it out. Very good competitors. Bronson will be a junior, and Cody is a sophomore. So we have this sophomore. So we have those 2 guys. Our running back Malachi Graham, which came off a big year last year, is returning. At receiver, we have a plethora of speed, change of direction guys that can take the top off. Camden Fryer, Jay Smith, Garrison Beach, DJ Coleman. We have some young guys coming up. But the most important piece up front with our offensive line, we have 3 returning starters with Isaiah Alexander, Braxton Thompson, and Jamar Brooks. So we have two holes to fill in up there. And defensively, we return 6 or 7 starters. Again, I talked about these 2 guys with me. Return a really experienced secondary. I think 2 of the better defensive ends in the area with Austin and Antonio McKinney. So we have the pieces there. We have one of the top kickers around with Braxton Green. So the ingredients are there for us. It's a very competitive schedule. We're in a new district this year, but our goal is to continue to move forward and progress off of just what we've built to this point. we want to practice on Thanksgiving, which is going to put us deep in the playoffs. So I believe if this team can continue to grow and come together as a really tight-knit group, we'll be playing at that time of the year.
Hey, Coach, it's Ryan Kelly with WCTV. Take a look at the schedule. You've got a lot of tough draws here. You've got Dunellen. You've got you're headed to Jacksonville a couple times to play Ed White and Bishop Kenny. You're hosting Baker County. You're going to Madison this year. Just how excited are you to take this team on the road and test yourselves against some of the best that North Florida's got to offer?
Very excited. You know, in 5A, in the class that we are, it's one of the more competitive regions in the state, if not beyond. From the you know, from out the Panhandle to all the way down south, there's juggernauts all over 5A. So you have to play a tough schedule to get yourself ready for that, and our guys know that. But I think it really sharpens your focus when you play a schedule, you know, to that level. So I'm very anxious to see just if we can continue what we did last year. I think one of the biggest things we did last year was respond in big moments. We were able to overcome a lot of mistakes that in the past would, you know, be backbreakers for us. But last year I saw the guys really mature and play together, come together, and overcome those things. And that's why we had the season that we did. And this year is going to be the same thing. You mentioned Madison. We're at Florida High, which, you know, is one of the top teams, you know, in the state, I believe. Our district, you know, going to Ed White is our first district game. Baker County is always tough. So very competitive, which, again, keeps your focus where it needs to be. But I know that we're a good team, too. So as long as we play up to our level and these guys, again, that we have behind me here and the rest of the guys I've talked about, if we play together, I think we're going to be pretty tough.
Coach, I'm going to post your two student athletes a couple of questions. I guess one, it really just looking at the amount of just talent that really is just spread across the team. What do you guys feel like has been just probably I would say probably just the focus for you guys going into the off season, and what are you guys trying to get accomplished this year?
What we're trying to get accomplished is for our team to come together as one, and for us to pursue of going forward and not backwards, and not fighting against each other, but fighting with each other to get farther than.
Can you hear us, Coach?
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let members of the press go ahead and ask a few questions for Coach Hill and the Panthers.
Coach, before we get started, I just want to say thank you to you guys, 4 Quarter Online, for what you guys do for us. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be on this broadcast and to be able to kind of showcase what our student athletes have done and what they have coming up. So thank you again for everything you guys do.
Definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Coach.
Jack Williams, Tallahassee Democrat. This question is for Tremaine.
But I've been lifting, working on getting bigger, stronger, and faster. But I've been working on getting more in tune with the playbook and watching film, so I can make reads and get some better timing.
Hey guys, it's Ryan Kelly from WCTV. Coach, I'll ask you to answer this question as coach and as AD now, but you know, since you've gotten there, it's hard to believe season number 3 already. But where are you proudest most of how far the program's come over these last few years?
Just the buy-in, you know, getting kids to believe in what we set out to do from day one when we took over this program. And, you know, our model is brick by brick, and each one of these kids represent a brick of what we're trying to build.
level, or where do you think you are at progress-wise coming into this season, having one under your belt with St. John Paul II?
I feel, last year it was a new experience for me, being a freshman in a varsity and with the new offense. But after doing some mental work this off season and just having that first year under my belt, getting more comfortable, this year I would say I'm 100% comfortable and bought into the offense.
Andrew, I'll be the best at whatever we do. And, my offense coordinator told me he wants the #1 offense in the country. And so that's our goal. Our goal every time we step on that field is to be #1 at what we do. And so we want to have the #1 quarterback in the city and the country. We want to have the #1 running back and so forth. And so we want to have the one offense. And that's what we're striving to do.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, not to focus on the negative, Coach. Obviously, no 11 this year. How is the offense and defense going to look a little different? And how are each one of these guys in front of us going to be impacting that game plan for you guys?
The good thing about us is that we had a lot of young kids that played early last year, and those kids contributed. 11 did a lot of things for us. He did a great job for us, but we had some kids that surrounded him that helped him to be who he was. And so those kids now understand that, and they've taken that challenge. And we have kids like Sedaris that's been in this program that helped 11 to get to where he is. And so now it's time for Sedaris and Kevin and these guys to stand on their own. And they've accepted the challenge, So losing 11, regardless of whose field he was on, it's a tough loss to have, and we all experience that every year where we lose a senior that has contributed to this program. But we had a group of freshmen, man, that really shine and really look good, And so we're excited about that. Those kids coming back. So freshmen play early I take that over losing that one senior anytime.
Very cool. And I guess more of a logistical / AD question for you, Coach. I know a lot of improvements are going on to the field and the facilities around there. Any updates with that as you guys continue to grow, not only the team brick by brick, but I know that's one point of emphasis for you is also growing the facilities likewise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're actually doing a rendering right now to add on to the gym, to add on to our weight facility, and we're also going to be doing a field rendering. I see a lot of these county fields getting remodeled and revamped. And so we want to get in line. And so we're doing some renderings to remodel and revamp our field as well. So got a lot of things going on here. It's just a matter of time.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, guys.
Coach Mark Adams with 4 Quarters Online. This is more so for your student athletes, the guys down in front of you. Guys, I had a chance to watch you guys last year. And just
I don't know if you're talking. It looks like you're on mute.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. This is for your guys down in front of you. I just want to talk to you guys for a second. I had a chance to watch you guys last season. Incredible team chemistry. Just even with the ebb and flow with COVID and winning one week and losing the next, you guys seem to have an incredible run. What's the offseason been like for you guys and just really just the team closeness as you guys enter into this season?
We all been grinding, trying to perfect our craft. I think we'll come into the season ready. We've been working really, really hard, just trying to be a good team this season. So that's really it. We just been working real hard. We'll see where it go from there.
Back with what Sadarius said, I feel pretty confident with the team, bonding more in the weight room, pushing each other, and, hold each other accountable.
To back up what those guys said, there's been a lot of new leadership stepping up. That goes into the weight room, just first off, just showing up to practice, making sure we're holding everybody accountable, all in uniform, all there on time, make sure we have on the right equipment, just being a brotherhood more than just a team.
Kind of excited about that, but at this point in time, we've not made that call yet, but there's a couple of them. I don't want to mention any names because I don't want to discourage nastiness in us, and we need to work on our tough. We can always work on our toughness. So, but they are a great group. I think it gives you a chance that, like you and I talked about earlier in the summer, you know, when you have a veteran offensive line, it gives you a chance to kind of work those quarterbacks in. And one, they're a year older. They're a lot stronger in the weight room because we got a full season of being in the weight room. I think that, you know, I'm excited to see those sophomores that are now juniors, so that, you know, like I said, they're going to be a little bit better. You know, I'm excited about. We worked out around between 90 and 97 kids every day this summer, so the kids have shown up every single day and they worked hard. It's been fun to watch those guys all summer long do those things and develop, you know, in 7-on-7. I'm not a big 7-on-7 guy. You know, I've never been this excited about a group of kids. I think they got a chance to be pretty special.
Off season, we talked to you when you first took over the job at Lincoln, and what,
You know, with the time we have, we're pretty much have 100% of the playbook in going into that first game. So it's just giving us so much time to add everything we need to do X and O's wise. And then we're always getting bigger, faster, stronger.
Coach, I watch you guys on social media. I appreciate the clips you guys have been putting up. Let's get to work. This was for your, I guess this was really for your guys sitting to the next to you. Go ahead and talk to me about just really that whole mantra, that attitude of just getting after it, and what the summer has been like for you guys, especially you guys are both are really, especially on the recruiting trail, you guys are very solid.
Well, we really during the spring, it's all one body. So we've been focusing on that pretty much. And for the recruiting question, I don't really let all the ratings, all that, let them get to my head. I just keep working and getting better.
Going into the summer, the offense, we've just been trying to get stronger and stay on top of our things mentally, because that's where our weak suit is right now, is our mentality. So that's what we've really been working on right now in one body. And as the recruiting aspect, I'm committed, so I'm not really you know, a big fan of the hype as far as the stars and who's better and all that. I just like to play my game and let my game show for itself.
Jack Williams, Tallahassee Democrat. Question here for Coach Tyson. You know, playing a season with, you know, COVID and all that stuff happening, having a strong finish like you guys have, and now returning, you know, a ton of players, you know, I guess what kind of position does that put you guys in? I guess how do you feel, you know, being able to go through a season like that and still have a core that's pretty experienced?
We always try to turn the negatives into positives, even dealing with some of the COVID issues, having quarantines last year helped us have a lot of players that got opportunities to play. So going into this year, having 9 returning starters on offense, Perry being the leader. Then we have 3 returning receivers, Jalen Oliver, Duca Toro. You know, we got Big Said that's doing a great job at tight end. And then we got kind of savvy offensive lineman set that is led by Xavier Clark. Just to have 9 guys that went through it last year and come back strong this year. And then on defense, having 8 returning starters, the whole linebacker core, and that's kind of our strong suit because they all can run and hit. Then we have 3 D linemen returning, you know, both edge guys that do a great job getting after the quarterback. And then Big Rohan in the middle. And then safety, move around and do different things. It just kind of sets us up to really have a good year right out the gate. And that's why we scheduled our schedule the way it is but we play some really tough teams out of the gate, so we can really kind of measure ourselves on what we need to work on.
Talking a little bit about the schedule, starting off, you guys are kind of thrown into it on the road mostly. In your first, I believe it's 4 first 5 games, 4 of them are on the road. You guys start out at Niceville. I guess by the time you guys come back to Lincoln against Leon, I mean, how much of how built up are you guys expecting to be by that time coming around and you getting into a more of a home schedule?
Well, first of all, we always want to be a team that's able to go on the road, because when you get in the playoffs, you're going to probably travel 2 to 3 games. So we want to get that atmosphere. We want to get into that rhythm of being on the road, treating it as a business trip and not a field trip. So we try to do that early in the season. Again, we want to play top-notch competition. We don't run from it. We want to, go through the season and get better every week. And that's what we do with our schedule. So I think it's really conducive to
Perry and Raylan, what's the thing that's got you most excited for going into this new season? Obviously, a little bit of a travel, but I guess personnel-wise, team-wise, what you most excited for?
I'm going to throw that question to Coach Yeomans, because he's been around for 25 years coaching. Answer that question.
No, for sure. We're excited about the upcoming season, just the challenges that are ahead. Like we just talked about, our schedule that we have, we set it up to where we have, tough games throughout the season. But we want to use that to challenge ourselves to get better every game. We want to get better every game. And then I'm just excited, just like Coach Tyson said, about the returners that we have on offense and defense. We have a lot of senior and junior leadership that should show. They got a chance to play a lot of games, and we rotate a lot. So we've built some quality depth through the years. So we're excited about that, and we're excited about what the team can do and what our abilities are to move forward and in a championship.
How you feel about this season?
Well, all that's been going through my mind is bringing back a championship to the school, especially for the senior class this year. I got a lot of us are close, and especially in the senior class with me. So I'm just focused on getting the chip for the team and them.
I feel about the season. I feel really good about it going into it. During the spring, we went 2-0. So this upcoming season, I'm really expecting a lot from our returning seniors and our whole team. So I just expect us all to dominate and then bring back the chip, like Raylan said, for our senior year.
Very cool. Perry, I guess what's your confidence level here going into this year with able to get one under your belt last year?
Just having that mentality and seeing how we lost last year in the playoffs, that's a chip on my shoulder. It was a really close game, and we didn't do all that we were supposed to do that game. So that's the chip on my shoulder and on my teammates' shoulder to bring back the chip this year and put all that we got on the line, because this is our last year.
All right, and last one, Coach, I want to throw this back over to you. I guess what's the biggest thing you're trying to instill this year to set up some success for Lincoln?
Really, one of the things that we kind of things like that. So it was about bringing the body back together. And everybody has a defined role on the team. Anytime you're going to make a run for a championship, it's going to be people that out the gate we're not really looking at as an impact player that down the road get to. And everybody's got to know that they're important with the team, that if one thing goes wrong with the body, it could affect
it or not. So we've competed. We've tried to generate some competition and really come together, and the kids have really taken a liking to it. So, again, but we're about to start off and kick off a season, and unfortunately we have some of this resurfacing again. So, for us, we're just going to take it, as Coach Hall said with Swanee, we're going to take it one day at a time, because you just never know, nothing's guaranteed. It's a privilege to play this great game. We say we don't have to go to practice. We get to go to practice. So for us, we're going to get the opportunity to go to practice one day at a time, and take it that way, because you just don't know when it's a shutdown or when it's a delay or what have you. So, we got to dot our I's and cross our T's and not take anything for granted. And so that's really been paramount to us, is just, again, one step forward to the other.
Ask Coach Rammer and the Marauders some questions.
Jack Williams, Tallahassee Democrat. Question here for Coach. Jim Mariah, when I visited over at Maclay, echoed a sentiment that Ethan and Shane really, agreed with, as well as a all-in 100% mentality that you guys are focused on this year. In just conditioning and getting ready for the season, do you feel like
this? We feel really good about our fourth quarter conditioning, right, Ethan?
Kind of what's the outlook for it?
For us, every time you go into a season, you have high expectations. But for us, I think we have a really competitive schedule. We're really pushing the envelope to hopefully give us even more preparation for the playoffs. But again, we don't really talk about the playoffs. But I'm just saying that to you, Andrew. But again, I think for us, the thing that's most important is our culture and our coming together and loving each other. Like the guys at Lincoln were saying, or Coach Hill with JP2, like one body. For us, it's like, we're a family, we're a brotherhood. We pick each other up on and off the field. Like that, to me, transcends itself, right? So you kind of take over a program. You sort of started from scratch. You build it up. We've had a lot of success in the past. Last year was a little bit of an up and down. We never really played as one until from the first game to the last game. That was the only time we had actually played as a full team. We had lost a lot of people, but the thing that I took out that I was most proud of is no one made excuses. When we're down our quarterback, our center, one of our best receivers, our best corner, we were down so many people in so many games, but nobody ever complained. We never said, oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda. We just kept going to work and preparing. And I think we've learned how to watch film better. We've learned how to prepare better. Again, we have a great family. Now we just got to go out and do it, right? We got to stay healthy. That's on us as coaches, and we got to practice smart. I think we got to practice even more efficient. We're very self-critical. I meet with every player at the end of the season. Every one of them, we sit with an exit meeting for 15 to 20 minutes. Every player I meet with outside personnel. I meet with all my staff.
Work y'all do. You've been doing it for a long time and having us here for several years, and we want to thank y'all and all the media. But to the left of me is Jackson Oglesby. Behind him is Kanye Westfield. Behind him is Blake Wolf. This is
how weird that season was last season. And
we had 10 games on our schedule, and I think we and who wasn't. And we just grew tighter as a group. We developed our overall program better because of COVID. So moving forward, we had a great year. We were 7-1 in the regular season, and then we lost in overtime on the road in Pensacola. So that was tough. We always want to make a better run than what we did, but it's still a great season for what the circumstances were.
Jack Williams, Tallahassee Democrat. One of the things I think that you mentioned last time in talking to you was one of the concerns that you had this season was with depth and just the number of players that you guys have and making sure everyone was healthy. As conditioning goes along, as we get closer to the regular season, how are you feeling right now about team depth?
We're developing it all summer. The best thing about being at Wakulla High School, these kids show up each and every day. We go from 9 to 11 and, in the morning for conditioning and working out with the weights. And I think we've done a great job developing. We have a bunch of young sophomores that are going to be a part of this team this year that have really caught up, and they're really close to being where we need them to be. But these seniors that I have today are going to be the key. And how we do our season and how the season goes is going to be how they lead and how they lead these young guys and how they're example for these young guys. And when we put all the pieces together, and if we do stay healthy, I think we'll have a great chance.
Coach, I want to talk to some of your guys for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, really, our mindset from that game, what we learned basically was like we could have did like little stuff better, and like everybody running to the ball and like precision, how you think of how the game going, and a bunch of film really just helps out with that.
And Brendan Wilson also.
That actually fueled us to go harder because, you know, football got passion and we don't like losing.
Jackson Oglesby.
Yes, sir. So what we do here at Wakulla Football, we kind of just work our butts off no matter what happened kind of in the past seasons. And we just kind of try to get after it as much as we can. And we expect the younger kids to follow kind of what we do. So we try to set a good example for them. And that's just kind of the key to winning games.
Question for your guys there. Playing Delaware Valley in the first game of the season, you know, not just kicking off the season, but, you know, where it's going to be. Are you guys looking forward to that game?
Big time. You know, it's gonna be a big stage. It's gonna be somewhere a lot of us haven't played before in front of a lot of people. You know, it's gonna be a great opportunity. We're all excited for it. We're gonna play a team we've never played before. We never even heard of them before. You know, we're really excited to play a team that big. You know, get our name out there and show everybody who we are.
Kanye Westfield.
I can speak for my team, but we are excited to play a new team that we haven't played before at a big stage.
How's it going, guys? Andrew Jupe, VSN Tallahassee. I guess the guys first, and then Coach, I'd like to hear from you as well. Guys, what's one thing, I guess, most looking forward to in 2021, or what have you most been focusing on and building in the off season, in order to set yourself up for success?
Marion Smith here.
You know, just working hard. Just getting these guys together, pushing each other. I mean, we all have one goal: winning and bringing the ring home.
Yeah, Zamarian brings up a good point there. You know, our goal every year is to take one game at a time, but you also have to have long-term goals. And our goal here at Wakulla High School is to win a championship every year, come home with a state championship. You know, we've been real close. 2011, we went to the state championship. 2015, we went to the state championship. 2018 or 19, I think it was 19, we went to the Final Four. So we set our schedule up to be really tough at the beginning. So we talk about Delaware Valley, powerhouse out of Pennsylvania. We're playing inside Walt Disney World. That's going to be a great experience for us. We did that in 2015 and played for a state championship. Then we go to North Marion, which in 2018, North Marion played for a state championship. So we were trying to play last year, and then with COVID, it kind of got moved around where we couldn't get it. So, you know, those are our first two games. And then we go to district rival the next week, and we have Gobby High School, which is always a very good school, very good competition, a big-time rival for us, a district rival for us. And then our district is really tough with West Florida moving in. You know, I haven't figured them guys out yet. So since I've been here, we're 0-3 against West Florida. We got them moving in our district. So that's a huge game too. So we can go on and on about our schedule. We got several tough teams. Our schedule's brutal, but it prepares you for the playoffs. And I think it's important that you play tough games to prepare you for the playoffs.
Speaking with us today, Christmas, go ahead and take it away. Coach, you got about a couple of minutes to just go ahead and talk to us about your team, your players, and y'all look real comfortable on that sofa.
So that came with a lot of leadership. That team was relentless. Everything that we went through that season as far as the COVID and cancellation of games, it really brought us closer together. It gave us more time to bond, more time to be around each other, and it made us a better team. And, you know, to come over short like we did, losing to a good Bowls team, that just made our younger guys hungry. the following week after we lost the Final Four game, but they didn't want any time off. So that following Monday, they were back in the weight room, back on the field running, trying to get better. You know, dealing with disappointment, losing like that, it'll make you work harder, and that's what we did. And this younger team, we're gonna be young, but we're still gonna be good. We're still gonna be physical. We're still gonna fly around. A lot of big time ball players coming up in that younger class.
Jack Williams, Tallahassee Democrat. The way things ended last season, getting so far and having it end like that, it's so close to, getting to that state tournament. Are you guys motivated from what happened last year and taking that into this season?
We're definitely motivated from it, but we're motivated, but we're not living off of last year's meal. We're trying to eat today. So we're back at work, working just as hard or even harder to get back where we left off and try to get to the state championship game.
One team that is kind of in a similar situation of, had a lot of success last year and is coming into this year with, still motivated, but different look to it. And one of your opponents this year as well is Rickards. Coach Lewis expressed how excited he is, to be playing you guys again. Are you guys excited to be, facing off against Rickards, a team from, inside Tallahassee this year?
We're definitely excited to play Rickards. That is one of the bigger rivalries around here in this area. A lot of people know that I played at Rickards. Coach Fuller played at Rickards. Our new offensive line coach, Coach Wally Williams, he played at Rickards. So we're definitely excited as coaches, but our players are also excited as well. We already know the type of talent that Rickards bring, the type of physicality they'll bring to the game, and the big time environment that game brings. So that definitely will motivate guys to be ready to play in that game.
How's it going, guys? Andrew Jupe, VSN Tallahassee. Obviously, under Coach Fuller, ground game, swarming defense, and big-time monsters in the trenches is kind of the DNA typically. Is that something you guys are looking forward to and we're going to see again this year? And what are some things you're really excited for coming up in the 2021 season?
Well, that's our brand of football. We like to play the game inside the box. But we have improved on the passing game to be a big time team and to try to go as far as you want to go. You have to have a passing game also. So we've improved on the passing game, but our forte, we want to play the game up front with our big guys and a swarming defense. That's definitely our brand of football, and that's what we're going to play. And I think everybody knows it. So I'm pretty sure they're prepared. With this team, we're looking for the same. We're looking at like the same team from last year. We're trying to accomplish the same goals, but even more.
Yeah, just to follow up on that and follow up on your success, obviously season last year, kind of terminology I heard thrown was Gadsden County is back. I guess I want to hear from the players and coaches, you as well. Is kind of that Gadsden County pride return to the area with the success and all the work that you've got putting in, and what's kind of the outlook with you guys?
Yes, the Gadsden County pride is back. We came in, they hadn't won a game in over 18 games. And the first year we went 5-5 and made the first round of the playoffs. The second year we were 8-2 and ended up in the Final Four. And this year, like I said previously, we're looking to accomplish even more. But Gadsden County has always prided on their football. Even when I played back when they were Quincy Shanks, even here on the north side, they've always prided on their football. And we're just trying to bring that back to the community. And the guys are all in. They're working hard. They take pride in their county, and they want to put their county in the limelight.
Coach, this is Mark with 4 Quarters Online. I looked at man, just the veteran staff that you have. You mentioned a lot of guys that were on your staff, and then Mr. Lyles as well. It really didn't seem, I don't think anybody saw you guys coming last season, but now just with a full year under your belt, what are some of the things really that you guys really, this is more so for your players? What are some of the things personally that you all are looking for from yourselves and from your teammates this year?
Well, this year we're looking forward to going all the way. We don't want to get stopped short again. We want to go win state and bring it back to Gaston County.
You want to say something, baby?
Yeah, winning state after what happened last year, coming short to one state, that really motivates us. And I feel like if we make a good drive this year and win state, it'll really help out the community as Gaston County.
Yeah, same thing he said. When we lost that game going to state, it just made us work harder. We came back that next Monday and just been working ever since, trying to go back.
And as far as the off-season conditioning program, man, you could never have a guy. You can never have a guy like Mark Lyles. Mark Lyles is tremendous. He works day in and day out with our kids. I pride myself on hard work, but I couldn't hold a candle to Mark Lyles. He's every day. I think since he's been there, I don't think he missed a day yet. And that's all in the development of our kids to get them bigger, faster, and stronger to help us put a good product on the field.
Yeah, I told him when I get to be his age, I want to look like him.
Hey man, you'll be amazed, man. Me and Mark Lyles, we stay on the road, taking our kids to camps and doing other stuff like that, and just to watch the work ethic of a guy his age is tremendous, and we should all try to pride ourselves to become that one day.
Okay, if there are any other questions for the Gaston County Jaguars, we definitely want to thank you guys, and Coach Risley, thank you for joining us here at Media Day. It's always a pleasure. Looking forward to you guys definitely kicking off the season and watching you guys progress along the way.
Appreciate you.
Defensive tackle, big time defensive lineman for us. In the gray hat, that's Taj Sanders. He's new to our school. We're really excited. He's an ESPN 300 receiver. Awesome young man. Look forward to working with him. Next to him, we have Austin Perkins, a young man who just is an amazing lockdown corner, tremendous talent. We're really excited that he's a Bobcat. We have Taz Walker next to him, just an absolute utility player, can play any position on the field, tremendously talented. RJ Payne is back again this year for his senior year, super explosive, just tremendous guy. I think he's gonna help us on offense and defense. Just an awesome talent. Next to him, we have Van Battles, just an absolute energy guy in everything he does. I mean, he plays running back, plays linebacker, flies around. I've never seen him have a bad day. He's tremendous, and one of our leaders as well. And then if I go back, number 21.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, there's a lot going on over there. I see the school itself is growing, but definitely the program after looking at some of the ways that even through COVID, just the way the program grew. What are some of the things that you, if anything, what are some of the things that you are trying to? I guess when you have you guys in, it can be tough to get everybody on the same page, and how has your time been spent making sure that guys gel, kind of making sure that they bond? That's been kind of a common theme when we talk to some of the other teams today over media days. Just all the time spent together. How are your guys overcoming that hurdle in order to get to know?
The addition of him, what will it do for this team?
Well, let me ask Todd. Todd, when did you come down? It was early in the summer, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was.
Big playmakers, Bam and Xavier, really fun brand of football last year. How schematically are you guys going to look offensive and defensively? Because even going through, as you introduced your players, you talked about a lot of guys on the perimeter. Are you guys going to let it fly a little more this season, or what can we expect?
Well, there's a short answer. I'm gonna let Josh Brown talk about this one. What are we gonna do on offense this year, Josh?
This year, we're trying to air it out. We believe in our guys on the outside, and we believe they can make plays. If we give them the ball, they can make stuff happen.
And I can tell you too. I mean, we were built a little different last year. I mean, last year we had a bunch of running backs that were big bruiser type guys. And we played to that strength. I mean, we ran the ball a lot. And a lot of those guys graduated. I mean, Xavier's going to Bethune-Cookman, and Bam's off to Weber. So I mean, we lost a lot of really talented guys that were big parts of our run game. And I think a lot of these guys that have come in. I mean, it was a spring, and we looked around and said, yeah, we're gonna have to throw the ball more. I mean, and we'd be doing these guys and ourselves a disservice. It's gonna be a little bit more wide open this year for sure.
Very cool. Yeah, I guess schematically, are you guys still going to be playing at Corey Field? Does the new campus have the practice field ready to go? Where are you guys kind of, like you said, a lot of moving parts going on?
Yeah. It's been, it's been so great. We're really blessed. We are going to be playing our games at Corey Field this year while they build the stadium and all that. And then practicing, actually I have a meeting this week to find out if we're going to be practicing at the old campus or the new campus. So either way, we've got everything in place and we're ready to go. But yeah, we're excited. I mean, it's a really exciting time to be a Bobcat.
And I know last one, Rickards recently got a blue turf. You made any questions to the athletic staff about potentially getting a nice bright red Bobcat turf going, or what's your thoughts there?
Okay, so we were over there, these guys can attest to it. We were over there playing 7-on-7, and we're walking around, and that was exactly what we said. We got to have a red one. It's like, this is beautiful. They've got a tremendous facility, and we were blessed that they hosted us a couple times to get some work and just throw the ball around and do some 7-on-7. It was great, but yeah, I can't make any promises because that's way above my pay grade. But I think at the new campus, a really nice red turf field would look beautiful.
Sounds good.
Okay, if there are no other questions for Coach Leckey and his student athletes, we want to thank the Monroe Bobcats for joining us here on Media Day. Coach, thank you. It's been a pleasure, and best of luck to you guys this fall.
Hey, thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
All right. Last but not least, we are about to be joined by the Godby Cougars and Coach Brandon McCray. Coach, can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Coach, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let me know who's on with you. And you guys are our last team for Media Day, so we'll go ahead and let you talk to us about the off-season and the upcoming season, and go ahead and take it away.
All right, well, I'm actually Coach Jackson. I'm the defensive coordinator and secondary coach here. I'm filling in for Coach McCray. To my left here, I have Jamaica McCants. Next to McCants, I have Bryce Cowan, Kwan Banks, and then Josh Thomas here. All four seniors, leaders for us, guys who've been here, homegrown, who've trusted the process, and we're looking for them to lead us. We're not hoping that they are. We expect them to. Like I said, they've been here. They believe in what we're trying to do, and now it's their time to kind of go out and put what we've been doing over the summer and throughout the spring, put it to test, and take one game at a time, and then we're gonna let the chips fall where they may.
Okay, Coach. The trip to Tallahassee, check out your guys. Talk to me about just a little bit. It kind of creates a different aura around the program when you know that there's a further goal ahead. That goes beyond high school. Just what's the atmosphere been like in the off season? Definitely with taking the trips and getting those visits.
Well, first of all, these guys, like I said, they've been here since ninth grade and been looking at Gabi football even before then, whether it was brothers or cousins or family friends that were playing, and they understand the tradition here at Gabi. Gabi is one of the schools that it's some will consider a factory. I think we produce more college athletes than the rest of the schools here in Tallahassee combined. And that's a motivating factor for these guys. And again, like I said earlier, these guys, they stuck with the process and believed in what we were trying to do and continue to let us to develop them. And they're starting to reap some of the rewards. We got a few more guys who maybe was big on the recruiting trail over the summer, but as the season goes along and when it gets close to signing day, we truly believe we're going to sign a bunch of guys because we have that type caliber of kids in our program. And again, I know we talk about recruiting, but the one thing we can say about these four guys right here and the majority of our team is that stuff comes secondary. They want to go out and produce. They want to try to get Gabi that 5th state championship. They want to leave a legacy here and getting that scholarship and moving on and being able to provide for their family and be an example for the young ones, their young family members behind them. That's just the icing on the cake for them. These guys come to work every day. And again, like I said, that's not their end goal. Their end goal is just to put the work in. And again, like I said earlier, just the chips will fall where they may. These guys just need to get film and the coaches will do, after they evaluate, they'll make a decision. And if they feel like, Gabi Cougar can help their team be successful, they'll sign a Cougar. Anything else?
Actually, I'm gonna keep it going. This was for you guys down in front. Really, just looking at last season as a whole. I overheard one of your guys saying that he felt like just that there was just some things left on the table from last season. A lot better in looking at how you guys are going to fare this season. Is there a kind of hunger among you guys just to kind of really just get back into where you guys feel like is your season? Do you feel like there's a renewed kind of mindset among you guys?
Yes, sir. I feel like Gabi always gonna have that hunger. We always chase something, always got something on our back. So we gonna always have that hunger, even from the season that we had last year.
Want to open it up to anyone else who has questions for Gabi?
Yeah, I'll jump in. How we doing, guys? Andrew Jute from VSN Tallahassee. Obviously some big games on the schedule. You guys able to leave the county here in the regular season? Just to add a little bit more excitement, knowing you're going to get some primetime matchups here. And what are some big things you're looking forward to this season?
And I'll let the guys answer, but I'll start off. Again, here at Gabi, we'll never be accused of scheduling a soft schedule. We try to challenge ourselves, challenge our kids. We want to be playoff battle ready, tested if we're fortunate enough to make that run. And so we're going to always go out and schedule good competition, kind of a measuring stick to see where our guys are and see how we stack against the competition. But at the end of the day, it's still about us. That it's always going to be good competition on our schedule, but each and every week we got to focus on 17-17 and what we need to do to be successful. Really, no matter who we line up against.
Really, schedules. We know that Gabi as a whole, we know that we always gonna have the talent. a football team. So we really, main thing we gotta do is play together as a team. And we know we can go far in the long run.
Very cool. Yeah, guys. Obviously, last couple of years with Lonnie, and then the year before with Trey, you guys have had some big senior kind of things as well. Obviously, gotta be known for the defense. How are we going to be looking on that side of the ball?
Oh, we look good. We know we forever look good on the defense side of the ball as of on the offense side of the ball as well. But we got some returning key players, some additions to the team. We're gonna rock and roll what we got. We're gonna put in work.
We'll have an experienced secondary coming back that we're going to depend on to step up and lead us. We got some young guys that we're kind of excited about, and then as you know, any good team you're going to need that surprise to step in. And so we're trying to identify that guy. But overall, we're definitely not in panic mode. We think we have a good nucleus of guys here, guys that want to be here and help us be successful. The same thing goes for coaches. We got a good core of coaches who believe in what we're trying to do, believe in the kids, more so than just on the football field. And we think that's one of the things that's going to actually help us become a successful football team.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Okay, are there any other questions for the Godby Cougars?
I think he's still muted. Couldn't